All right, good day, hi, and welcome. Okay, so tomorrow I'll be at this 6 months, and I'll tell you what I've done, and I'll tell you what my learning regime, what I'm going to do. But first, I'm going to do spaceship. I'm going to grab my big sticks, my big boy sticks. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, those aren't the big boy sticks. These are the big boy sticks. Alright, so 6 months of owning this kit. How do I like it? I love it. It's a great kit. I played, I don't know what kind of pearls it was the other day. Had a double bass pedal on it too. Definitely a much older kit than mine. So I've had this for 6 months. So for 6 months, here's what I've done. First off, caveat. I'm already a musician with other instruments, as you can see around the room. There's guitars all over the place, and mandolins, and a lot of violins, or a mandolin, and about 6 violins in here. I've been playing guitar forever and a day, so, and I got the bass there. You probably can't see, but I got a 5-string bass there as well. And anyway, long story short, I've been playing all these other instruments. The main reason to get in the drums is so that sure that's not hitting my shells together. The main thing is so that I can do full recordings, right? So there's like anything, you can't just grab an instrument and go. You have to learn, right? And this instrument, so I went through the phase of what do I buy, and because of the type of musician I am, I'm not like a beginner that, I don't know if I'll stick with it or not, so I'm just going to get the cheapest thing possible just to get a taste of it and see if I like it, and then, then upgrade to another one, then upgrade to another kit, and then, you know what I mean? I just cut to the chase, say, buy a professional gear, because this might be in a studio one day, and it might not necessarily be me playing it. It could be somebody else playing it. It might be me playing it. But the idea is that I wanted a good kit that I could grow into no matter what. And if this is the only drum kit I ever get to buy in my lifetime, look at the thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not envious of anybody else at all. You know what I mean? Like, I love this thing. It's a limited edition Mapex Armory Series Anaconda Burst. So I don't know if they made 100 of these kits, 300 of these kits, I don't know. I got it from Long and McQuaid. I'll be paying for it until February. It's now pretty much the tail end of July, so I won't go into the specs of the kit because it takes too long. What I'd rather do is what I did. So first off, I wanted to make sure that I learned, because I live in the middle of nowhere, in the countryside, middle of nowhere, so I can't take lessons and stuff like that. It's just not possible for me. So I have to learn as proper as I can without any mentors, so to speak. But fortunately, there is a lot of sites, like Drumeo would be one of them, and there's a whole bunch of other ones that, whether it's guitar or drums or bass or whatever, you can find all kinds of really good, get you out of the gate advice, kind of like, you know, buy this, don't buy that, avoid this and buy that, and not just, okay, this sucks because I like this brand instead of that brand. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about, okay, well, we don't care what the brand of the kit is, but make sure it has this and can do this and it doesn't have this. And here's what happens when you buy cheap versus when you buy expensive. What makes a cheap kit is not necessarily the price, it's the quality of the hardware, right? What makes an expensive expensive kit is not necessarily the price, but the quality of the hardware makes it a better kit. So my hardware is Mapex Armory. So do I ever need to upgrade it? Probably not. Probably not. It's a bit heavier than some of the upper end stuff. So if you're touring, yeah, maybe you want some lighter stuff, sure. But is that stand going to last me a lifetime? Most likely. You know what I mean? There is a lot of parts on a drum kit, so things do wear out. So that's why I wanted to buy a good quality one where the hardware was good. But even at that, with you buy the best DW kit and things will break. You know, it's a lot of moving parts. Although it's staying stationary for the most part, but like these felts, they wear out. These clutches let go, pedals break, chains break, bushings wear out, stuff like that, you know. The snare gate can, you know, it can go on. So I wanted to get something that was good. And I also wanted something that was nice. So if I had to look at it for a long time, like I didn't want it just a straight color. Not that straight color drums aren't nice looking, but look at this. You know what I mean? This is something I'm proud of having. So then, now that I have this you know, extremely proud of my spaceship here. It's a big enough kit that I can do something with, and it's small enough. Well, it's not really a small kit per se. It's got a 22-inch drum, which barely fits into my car. But it's big enough that I can do something with, and I can add on to it. Even if I can't get that extra tom here, and maybe even an extra floor tom, which I'd probably put over here actually. But I'd like to have the 3 toms. But if I ever do get another kit, it'll probably be another Mapex Armory series. But I'll get 2 of the same thing. One is the Army Studio E's, and then get another in the same matching color of the Fusion kit, which has the smaller bass drum. And then just keep this as my power metal rock drum, right? The next thing I'm going to get for this thing is the double pedal, but you know, I got a lot. The pedal is the hardest thing to get, like, really. The hardest thing to get the control on, because you got control pushing it down, but you have no control when it comes up, right? So you have to get your spring tension, and it takes a long time to adjust this stuff. So I've adjusted that pedal about 15, 20 times, played for a while, say, okay, I wish it maybe did have a little bit, you know, as my foot gets stronger, maybe I'll put the spring tension up just so I get a more precise rebound and it's not just flopping there, you know what I mean? But then it's okay, well, I'll bring the beater back a bit more, but then it takes too much to launch it. You know, there's too much of a delay and you can't get smooth timing. So, you know, refining all that stuff, and then getting the proper angles on the toms. I had a hell of a time figuring out where to put, not so much this one. This one's easy. It's this one, to get it to not hit that and not to be up here. You know what I mean? The drum kit I played yesterday, everything was up here. It was crazy. It was a Pearl kit, right? So it's, you know, set up a little different. So I knew I wanted the setup to be as ergonomic as possible. So when I'm playing, I won't be playing right now, but look at my shoulders. They're not up here, right? I'm a laborer, so my back's done, my knees are done, my shoulders done. You know, like I'm an old man now, you know what I mean? And I'm worn out, so I got to be as stress-free as possible. I'm learning the foot down technique. Here's foot up. Foot down, almost the same speed. And the only thing I find that I'm going to do with my pedal to improve accuracy and stuff like that is put a little bit of grip tape for where my big toe is, just enough so that it's something to launch onto, or kind of stick onto, so I can, you know, keep my foot relaxed and my foot does kind of slip a bit there, and you can hear when it goes out. That's my foot slipping. Not that the pedal is really slippy, it's just, you know. And the other thing is I want to put something at the back of my pedal so my foot stays anchored there. And then I can keep my foot completely relaxed and, you know, whatever, you know. Even with my foot up, or trying the foot slide technique. So the footwork is the next 6 months. Even if I get a double bass pedal, I will be putting a lot of effort into that. Right now I'm just doing that. You know, kind of stay boom, 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 boom with the foot, just to get that foot built up. So I'm not getting fancy with the foot for the first 6 months. There's no point because you're going to get confused enough. My grips. My grips seem to be all over the place right now. I haven't really, and I think any really experienced drummer will probably tell you, you get a different opinion from every drummer, but it's kind of like, well, you use everything. You know, like I use this a lot, which is like the German grip, or the French, and then I use the French grip for a little bit, like, you know, like that. I like, you know, rather than doing that, right? So it's, you know, wherever it hinges, hinging off the second finger, stuff like that. So like the guy that I was at his place last night, we were jamming, and he's still, you know, like I'm gonna show him some of the stuff that you know, he's a little bit more advanced than I am, but he's also, I think he's starting off with bad playing techniques, right? So like for me, I know that I can, you know, maintain that pretty much all day, and it's